We're here at the Taipei Cycle Show for another extraordinary day. Sorry, I couldn't resist an incredible pun with all these incredible extrusions. And that's one of the big things. There's so much manufacturing here and so much knowledge and so much technology. Let's go and find some of the highlights from the show. We're here on the Ideal booth and they've got this amazing bike. Okay, this is an e-bike, but look beyond the motor and look at how it's constructed. It is a really unique construction. We've got really large CNC sections which bolt together in lots of unique different ways. Lots of bolts, all of the same, a 6mm, and it's a really interesting bike. This is the first iteration with a Shimano EP8 motor. There's a second version, the newest one, which has got a DJI Avanox motor. And what's really clever about it is that it is all bolt together. So from a manufacturing perspective, it means that, well, there's modularity in construction. So the seat tube could be a different type, or you could import a different head tube stock to make the front of the bike longer. There's lots of clever systems here. And what's also clever is, as a consumer, well, if you damage the top tube or you damage, say, a swing arm, well, with this you could just bolt a new one in or replace a different chainstay length. It's a really innovative modular design. Now, you might not have heard of Ideal, but they're the third largest manufacturer here of bikes in Taiwan. So in global scale, they are huge. They're a really big mover. So will we see this come into production? Quite possibly. It's going to be interesting to see how it pans out. KMC, one of the largest chain manufacturers in the world, well, at least for bicycles, well, they've got a new flat top chain. Okay, it's here on a gravel bike, but it should be compatible with your flat top systems for your T-Type SRAM as well. The SRAM T-Type system utilises a different chain spacing, so you can't just run, well, any old chain. It's got to be a flat top because the spacing is, well, different. Thus, it's been a while to get an aftermarket chain from, well, just not SRAM. So good to see an additional chain manufacturer in the mix. We've stumbled on Leap Jump. They're a titanium frame, well, and parts manufacturer as well, and they've got all different types of titanium frames. I'm really taken with this. We've got wonderful bullet caps here and this wonderful arcing top tube. It reminds me of a newspaper boy. I like it a lot. And also, we've got this, well, it's designed as a folding bike, but it is full suspension. I think it just shows off what they can do. All those curves, all that intricate machining. It's really clever stuff. With all the hype about different wheel sizes and potentially different tyres and new e-bike motors, it's easy to forget where we've come from. And the classic hardtail, well, it's a classic for good reason. And the big trail here from one of the biggest bike manufacturers on the planet, Merida, is a great example of a good classic hardtail. And with all the excitement about electronic group sets, it's quite good to see just a proper 12-speed cable-operated system. It's going to work really well. The frame's got lots of nice little details. We've got 3 bottle cage mounts on the inside of the frame, so you could potentially run, well, 2 bottle bosses on the down tube and then a little tool one on the bottom of the top tube. But it's nicely spec'd, just a classic hardtail. Taiwan is big on manufacturing, so it's not a massive surprise, but still a little bit surprising to see a robot that could be welding, it could be spraying, it could be doing, well, loads of stuff. It's an ABB robot, which I think are from Sweden, but here it is, making stuff. Okay, this is a Dirty Sixer e-bike, but it's not actually a 36-inch wheel bike. Not at all, no. This is a 32-inch wheel bike. I know, it gets confusing, but this is, I guess, an in-betweeny size of the new, bigger standards. Dirty Sixer have been making these really big bikes for quite a long time. Actually, GCN's Connor used a XXL or 5XL, which are designed for people who are really, really tall. Taller than Connor, and he's about 2 meters. So, this one is an e-bike. It's using 32-inch wheels, and these tyres are made by V, which highlights how there's more than just one manufacturer in this new 32-inch wheel world. Okay, up front, this is unlike, well, hardly any other bike on the planet. We've got dual disc brakes. Dirty Sixer is all about making big bikes for really tall, big people. And bigger people do weigh more. So if you're Shaquille O'Neal, who owns 2 of the Dirty Sixers, well, you're going to need more stopping power, which is why we've got dual disc brakes up front. We've also got much bigger spacing on the front and on the back, just to help with all that extra mass. It's quite well thought about, really. But yeah, interesting about these 2.4 by 32 inch tyres. Very interesting. One thing I often crave while I'm bikepacking are snacks. Yeah, I like Pringles. I like chips. And now there's a dedicated Pringles mount. How cool's that? There's a lot of amazing bikes here. There's a lot of amazing titanium bikes here too. And here is an amazing 3D printed balance bike made from titanium. Okay, RST are back in the game. I mean, some would say they've never been away because they've been supplying OEM for a long, long time. But they've got a new electronic system. We've got the fork and we've got a dropper post, all controlled via Bluetooth and a bar-mounted controller. So you can set it up in different orientations. You can have it in a normal way where you kind of push the thumb lever in and that will open up the compression or the lockout function in the dropper post. And it works within milliseconds. It's a really quick system. On the fork, got a similar kind of lockout, so you can set it to manual, so you can click to manually lock it and click to unlock it. But it's also got an automatic system where there's sensors inside the fork and inside the damper unit, which will allow you kind of to, well, just leave the bike to let the suspension do its thing. So on a climb, it will kind of a high compression rating and almost lock it out. And on descents, it'll work out that you're, well, descending and open up the fork so you get all that travel. Really good to see another brand entering the electronic suspension market. So yeah, something different out there. Good to see. This is the RST Rebel fork. And it's interesting, not just because it's an inverted design where, well, we've just got the crown and legs up here and then the lower legs are the bit that moves. So kind of, well, an inverted design from a normal suspension fork. But also because this upper section is a one-piece magnesium casting. So it should be light and stiff. It's also really adjustable. We've got 80, 100, 130 and 150 mil of travel options. So it's a really versatile fork. Interesting to see. We're on the Kelly's booth and we've got this really amazing looking Noid downhill bike. Really interesting rear linkage as well. Initially you kind of think it's a 4-bar, but actually it's a twin link design with this, yeah, really unique setup to mount the rear shock. I imagine that there's probably different lengths of that kind of arm that comes out of the, well, almost seat tube, so you can kind of mount the shock in a different place. Lots going on, but nice to see an aluminium burly downhill bike. We're in the Kinlin booth and they've got a wonderful range of rims and in a really big variety of sizes. So, yep, there's 29, yep, there's 650, and yes, there's actually 26 as well, including this rather tasty sort of camo anodized finish, which is really rather nice. We're on the Sanfa booth. Now, you might not have heard of Sanfa. I hadn't, but they're a vendor for lots of different brands because they can deliver, well, a lot in aluminium. They can do really high-end machining. They've got their own hydroforming, and they can create wonderful frames like this and many, many more. So, you might not have seen this brand, but you might be riding one. All new tyre here from Kenda. This is the double black, which, slightly confusing, is actually an all-mountain tyre. It's big, it's burly, it's a 2.4. It's got a 120 TPI casing, so it should be very good. I wonder if there's going to be a downhill version. Aaron Gwynn did help develop their downhill tyres, so perhaps there is a double black diamond downhill version too. We'll hunt one down. Wow, what an incredible time here at the Taipei Cycle Show. So much innovation from such a small little nation. Only 23 million people, but 80% of the medium to high-end bikes come from Taiwan. And you can see why when you go around this show. There is so much passion and so much love for bikes. It is brilliant. Pinpointing a highlight for me, it's kind of hard. There are so many good bikes, be the titanium bikes or the innovative bolt-together bikes or the new range of bigger wheels, those 32-inch. I think we're seeing a lot more of those in the future.